Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Can we start?
Yeah,
This will join us lately. Today is Sunday, actually. Yeah.
yeah, ma'am. No issues. I will start. Okay, let's start. I will share my screen. I hope you don't have any issues in any of the topic. In the morning, we study the overloading, overriding concept. What is polymorphism and what are the type of polymorphism? Late binding, early binding, which is called as an compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. So, and after that, static, local, global variable. Now, the next concept is encapsulation, which is the third concept of OOPS. Uh, Ma'am, am I audible and my screen is visible? Just confirm once.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so what is encapsulation is after inheritance and polymorphism, the third concept of OOPS is encapsulation. So encapsulation in the Java, which is nothing but the wrapping of your data under a single unit. Uh, like here it is shown in the figure. This is called the encapsulation. Your tablet is nothing but the encapsulation where the variable, your code is encapsulated under the one unit. Okay, togetherly it is called as an encapsulation. So it is the mechanism that binds together code and data, okay, which we manipulate while doing some like transactions, doing some logic inside on that data inside the method. Okay, so another way to think about the encapsulation is a protective shield. Means outside the world cannot access your data or the method directly. That is called as an encapsulation. So because of the security reason, we can use the encapsulation. Because of this encapsulation, we can maintain the security in our code. Okay, so for example, our password is password should be secure one. For that, we can, in a password class we can use the encapsulation so that outside world cannot access your password. So that is the one example. Then when the variable or the data of the class is hidden from any other class and can be accessed only through any member function which of its own class. Means if there is a class ABC and you declare one variable as a private variable, for example, class is login class, and inside that login class there is an variable that is private variable password and a private variable user id. So outside of this login class, you can't access this password and this user id outside that class. So inside that class you can access it, and outside outside the login class you can't access those two variables which we declared. Okay, that is called as an encapsulation. As in the encapsulation, the data in the class is hidden from the outside classes. So this is the main concept. Your data, your variables are hidden. Any other class can't access it, they can't change the variable value. Okay, so that's all things comes under the encapsulation. So it is achieved this, how we can achieve this encapsulation by making the members or the method of a class private, as I already given the example. Like you have the one login class. Inside that login you have two variables, you declared the two variables, one is user id and second is a password. So password is a secure one, you can't share your password to any other one in real life, right? Your bank password, your bank id, your customer id, you not shared with the third person. So all this comes under the encapsulations. Okay, so in real time also, when they do the login class, or they write the program or the logic inside the login, they specifically declared this your user id and your password as in private. So this is the point here explained. That is, your class that is the method, and members of this class are private. Okay, and the class is exposed to the end user or the world without providing any details behind implementation. So we are not providing any implementation to that. In real world life, I can give the example. If you switch on the fan, you just switch on your button, automatically fan operated. Behind the scene, what happens, what the current passes, what things happen, we don't bother about it. You will get output of it. Okay, so that is nothing but the encapsulation. Encapsulation can achieved by declaring all the variable in the class as in private and writing public method in the class and to set and get the value. Huh. Now what happened? I declared everything as in private, but to access those things, whichever we want, we can access it by the public getter and setter method. So public getter and setter method are nothing but to get anything. Yeah. We use get method. Get id means we getting user id, get password means we get the password. So getter and set getter, public getters are used. Okay, so this is all about the encapsulation. What are the advantages of this encapsulations? Okay, so data hiding is one. So the thing is that the user will have no idea about the inner implementation. So we don't know about how these things are happen. Okay, when we run our Android phone, we click the pics, but behind the what happened, what the process follow, we don't know about that. Okay, so all these nothings, but the simple example, we write the code. Okay, we write the code and we compile it, but behind the scene what jvm is doing, we have no idea, right? That is nothing but the encapsulation. But behind the scene what it is doing, it is just compiling and making the bytecode or dot class file and running it on a jvm. So these are the things happening behind, but we don't bother about it. We just need the output, and we'll get we when we run, we receive the output. That's it. So that is nothing but encapsulations. So data hiding is there. The user will only know that we are passing the values, we are giving the input, we are switching or switch on, doing the switch on or switch of whatever the output we are getting. So the output is directly we are getting, we are not bothering inside whatever the input we are giving, the inside that it is doing the addition, subtraction, or whatever it may be, but we are getting the output. So we do this happens in the encapsulation. Say increase the flexibility means what, we can make the variable of the class read only and write only, depend on our requirement. Okay, if we wish to make the variable read only, so then we can omit the setter method. As I already said, if you have login class and user and password, just you take the getter and setter method. Sorry, getter method means get the id and get the password. Okay, and after when you type your id and password on the field and hit the login button, at that time what happened backendly, there is a login class which take your input as an username and your password, and inside that it will check the call is go a call will go to the database, and inside the database it check for this username this password is present in the table or not. If it is present, then you will see the next screen, as in you can do another things like next screen, you can see your balance. If it you are working if you are handling or using the bank application, so when you enter username and password, if it is matches with your data inside the database table, then the next pop-up will come, that is you can see the screen of your account details. If it is not matched, there is an error, it will throw the error on the same screen that you have entered the wrong password or wrong username, like that. So depend on, it is a flexible one, it depends on us, we want to set anything or we want to get. Okay, during this login session only we do the get method, we use the get method only. Okay, reusability means what, encapsulation also improve the reusability and easy to change with the new requirement. Again, we have seen in the in inheritance, that is we uses concept like there is parent class and the child class. Okay, we access the parent class method. Okay, and whatever the with the specification we can the parent class method have one line of code, and we want more specific inside the inside our child, so we can enter those things. So reusability is there. Testing code is easy, for the unit testing. Then, so this is about the encapsulation. So these are the advantages of encapsulation. We Data hiding is the main purpose of the encapsulation. Okay, and the next thing about the encapsulation is, that is it increase the flexibility and reusability. These are the three features. Okay, so we'll see encapsulation program, how to achieve this encapsulation. So I will declare one a class as an encapsulation. Okay, and after that, what I can do, I will make some variables as in private variables, and I use the only getter method. Okay, I use getter method and will check what will happen. Okay, so this is my encapsulation where I am just declaring the private variables. Okay, so private encapsulate, main rule of encapsulation, use a private everything whatever you are writing, do it declare it as in private, not public. Okay, because of this only you can you can achieve that security. Okay, so here private, consider int as an age. Okay, we take the age, then private int will take the roll number. Okay, the roll number, and we'll take the name. Okay, so private, then string, consider the name. Okay, so I declared the three variables which are private. So private variable, and these variables can access only this class. Okay, because they are private one. Okay, for outside class we need something which already we seen in the slide, that getter setter, public getter setter we are needed. Okay, so what I can do, I can write public method means to get the get method for this age to access a private variable. We can't access this private variable directly. For accessing this private variables, we need a public getter method. Okay, so get age, you can directly Eclipse directly write a code for us. There is a way, like right, just do the right click and source, and here is getter and setter method. Okay, click on that getter and setter method, check this. Okay, and then okay, so Eclipse do the coding for us also. Whatever you want to implement, you can add inside this. Now I don't want setter method, so I ignore it. Okay, so this is the shortcut by which you can do you can add getter and setter. Okay, so I'll write this public int. Okay, I want age, so get, always start your method name within small camel case. Okay, so age, and what I'm returning my age. Okay, so return age. Okay, this variable I am returning. So accessing this private variable, I use the public method. Okay, public get. Similarly, for the next name I do the same. Okay, and for the roll number I do the same. So just do int get name. Okay, then we'll do the return of name. Okay, they are returning the name. Sorry, it is string. That's why it is giving me error. Okay. Now the third is roll number. Okay. I'll write the code public int get roll number. Okay. And just return that roll number. Return roll number. Okay, done with this. We to access this private member, we did the getter public. Okay, public getter methods. These are the public getter methods. Now, if we want to set anything to these variables, okay, we want to set anything to this variable, then what to do? Then use the setter method. So we directly can't set the values to these variables when we are accessing from the outside class. Okay, for that we need a one method which is called as in set method. So void public void set age. Okay, we will set the age. Okay, and then here we have to declare as a new age. Okay, new age is a new variable we declared, and we will give this new age, or we'll set the new age to our age. Okay, so how it has happened, age is equal to new age. Fine, so it is so it is pretty clear that is I am setting the age. Okay, from the outside class I will create a new class, and from that class I am setting the age to this private variable which is the age. So I declared the new age as a variable, and whatever comes here from the outside class, okay, from not from the this class, we test it, we create a new class as a test, and from that class if I pass 5 as an age, so the 5 comes to here, and then 5 set to the age. Now my private variable age have the value, or it becomes as a 5. Initially it is 0. When we are not assigning anything, means it is 0. Okay, I hope it is clear. So this is the set age. So we do the set age and set name. Okay, same way, public void. Void, why we written the void? Because we cannot, we are not returning anything. Here we are returning the age and all. That is why it is int. Okay, so it is int or string. Here we are not returning anything. That is void. When we write a void, means it does not return anything. So set name then int new name. Okay, we'll give the new name, and then here I am assigned the name is equal to the new name. Whatever the name I am setting from outside, I will assign here. See, it is string. Why it is giving me error? Because here I return as an int. Okay, this is int. New name is int, but my name is of string type. Okay, name is of string type. My name is of string type. So when you check the error, na, it will show you type mismatch. You can't assign the string to integer, integer to string. Not. The must be of same type. So new name must be a string if we are assigning to the name because name is string. See now error gone. Okay, so these are the small things you have to consider while doing the program. These things happen sometimes. You get to know from your errors. Here when I see the error, that time I understand कि मैंने गलती किया है, like मैंने int डिक्लेयर किया है, बट आई एम यहाँ से मैं int लेके आ रही हूँ, बट मैं string को assign कर रही हूँ, so that is wrong. Okay. So I have set the age and name, both the things. Now what we can do, we will set the roll number also. Okay, public void set roll number, and, and that is int. So new roll number, new roll number. Okay, and we are assigning it to our roll number. Okay, which is equal to my new roll number. I hope this is called as an abstractions. So this is the abstraction. Abstraction is achieved through declaring the variable as in private, and to access it from outside of the world, you can do the get you can use a public getter and setter. Okay, fine. Now we have to check ki what happens when I test this. For that we need one class. We'll create a one class having a main method, and we'll call the encapsulation class, that this private class from this test method. So okay, this is my test encapsulation having a main method. So I will access my encapsulation, this this encapsulation class from this. Okay, so how can I achieve that? Simple. We already know that whenever to access that, we need a object. So I create the object obj, any name, give abcd with the new keyword. Okay, new, and then this is the creation of object. I have created the object of test encapsulation. Now I will set the value to private variable. Okay, how to access those private variable? Just obj dot obj dot set. Check the set is coming or not. Obj dot set. So set is not coming. Fine. So what we can do? Extends our encapsulation class. The class name should be same. Okay. When I do obj dot, now check. See, now my set age, set name, set roll number, these are available. Okay, so these things are available here. What can I do? Just set the age. I will set the age as in 24. Then same obj dot set the name as an abc. Okay, any name, and the next obj dot set roll number. In any sequence you can set, no issues, if the roll number is 12. Okay, fine. I'm setting, I have set the values to all values of the variable. Okay, now display the value. Okay, this is called setting the value. Okay, now we have, if we want to display, so the next code is display code. Okay, so how to display those things directly? We know system out dot, that is famous one, system dot out dot print ln. Fine, print ln. We want three times, so I copy paste it. Copy paste three times I want. Okay, so the name, roll number in any sequence. The sequence does not matter. If you are giving the correct name and passing the correct argument, it is does not matter. Okay, sequence does not matter. Then the name, roll number, and what age. Fine. So name I will get from get names. Okay, so what I can do, object dot get name, object dot get name. This method will give me the name which I have set, ABC. So whenever the cursor comes here, we will check by debugging this code. So get names is ABC. So you will get the output as an ABC. So get roll number, sorry, plus obj, object dot get roll number. You will get the roll number, that is 12. And the next thing is get object dot. Okay, we are accessing the object. So object dot get name age. Right, so we are getting the age. So this is all about the encapsulation. So here we are how to achieve the encapsulation. We make these things private inside one encapsulation class. It is not necessary the name of the class is encapsulation. Do this, you can do any give any name like login, Asmita, and anything. Just make sure that all the variables are private, and to access this variable from outside of this encapsulation class or any class, need to we need public setter and getter method. So here we are doing this public getter and public setter method we are using. So what happens when we set this, set age 24, then the pointer or your cursor comes to here, and here it is find it here in an encapsulation class, it find the set name method or set age method. And here the new age we are assigning here as a 24, that 24 comes here, and from here 24 will assign to the age. Now the age value will change to the 24. Okay, I hope this is understood. Then we'll run the code, sorry. Okay, I will do some spacing, looks good. Okay. So see, I'm taking the output of encapsulated field. Okay, this class don't know where to go. Okay, they don't know about what is behind, what happening behind. Okay, just we are assigning the value, they are setting and giving us the value. So this is the way we can achieve the encapsulation. So main concept is that make your variable or the method as a private one, and you can access your variable from the outside of this encapsulation class with the help of public getter and setter. This is called getter and setter. So public getter and setter. To create a public getter and setter, there is easy way Eclipse do for us. That is right, just right click, go to the source, and here getter and setter method are there. So generate getter and setter method, now it is showing it you already have, but they will give you one UI. We'll see. Uh, Consider the college name. Fine. So when I click right click, source code, generate getter setter. So this is the UI will come, and click on the college name, and when you click OK, that time you will get the getter setter directly. Okay. So this is the way we can achieve the encapsulation in our program. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you. So class encapsulate all these variable which we declared as in private, whereas this get method like get age, get roll number, get name, these are the public method and they can be accessed this variable, and we can set the value to this variable by using setter method. So here we are passing that values argument. This is called as an argument. We have seen the argument and parameter difference. So passing, we are passing the argument to this parameters, and here we are assigning to our private variable. So this is the encapsulation. I hope there is no issues in the encapsulation is one of the way, or sorry, this is the third oops concept. Like we seen in inheritance before that, how to do inheritance, how to achieve the inheritance in program. Then we covered the polymorphism, types of polymorphism, that is compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. In that we seen main method overloading, how to do the main method overloading, what happens when we do the main method overloading. So the polymorphism concept is there. Inheritance is a kind of relationship when parent child want parents property, then we get that by using the extend keyword. Okay. So these are the three of the key features of OOPS, that is polymorphism, encapsulation, and inheritance. The next we'll see.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I'm late.
Yeah, no issues.
Ma'am,
Yeah, no issues. I explained the one topic from the OOPS, that is encapsulation, how to achieve the encapsulation. We already seen the inheritance and polymorphism, and so these three we have completed. In inheritance means extending class B. Class B is a child class and class A is a parent class. We extend the property of parent class into B. That is inheritance, which is also called as an is a kind of relation. Okay, so that is inheritance. I just go through it, those who have joined right now for them. The purpose of inheritance, same, reusability of the code. Then disadvantages is tightly coupled is there. If anyone changes any method from the parent class, this will affect to the child classes. So they are tightly coupled. Because of that, interface come into picture. I will explain what is interface and how we can achieve multiple inheritance with the help of interface. Java does not support the multiple inheritance. With this extend keyword to achieve this inheritance, we use extend keyword. Okay, and with this extend keyword, we can't extend two to three classes. So that is why multiple inheritance is not possible in the Java, but that can be achieved with the help of interface. Okay, I will explain those things. So we have seen three type of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. In the morning session, we did the programming also about this class A and class B. Then method overloading and method overriding, these are the concept of polymorphism. Polymorphism is the second OOPS concept, which means polymorphism means one method you give there is a only one method have a different many forms. Like we have seen there is a it method. Uh, animal have their it method, okay, and dog have their own it method. So what happened when I extend this animal class? Okay, so these are the things we have seen already. So this polymorphism have two concepts, that is compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. What is compile time polymorphism? Is at the compile time, you are the JVM understand which method I have to call. Okay, that is compile time polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism, during the runtime, the JVM will call the particular method. So runtime. It is also called as a late binding, early binding. So concept is same. Then for those things, for overloading and overriding, I will explain. Okay, so overloading is the concept having in the overloading, what happens? Same method having the same name, but different type of argument we are passing. Okay, so here is the sum, and if you check the line number 13, have the same method sum, but passing a different parameter. Here we are making the sum of two variables, and here we are making the sum of three variables. So this is called as a method overloading. So how compile will understand कि I have to call this fifth wala sum method or 13 wala sum method. So when you create the object and you pass the argument to that. If you pass 1 comma 2, means the two variables you are passing, two argument you are passing, definitely at compile time only the JVM will know that I have to call this fifth sum method. Okay, the method which is present at fifth line. Then if you pass the 3 comma 3, means the three argument you are passing. So compile will know, the JVM will know that I have to call this method. So that is nothing but your polymorphism. That is nothing but your method overloading. It is compile time polymorphism or also early binding. Okay, three names are there. Don't confuse in that. Then runtime polymorphism is Runtime polymorphism is method overriding. As I said, main method can't be override. Okay, we have seen overloading of main method. What happen if I declare the main method, same main method with different syntax? What happen? Still, the first point when you execute the code, the first pointer came here only. Okay, so that I already discussed. Then overriding concept is like you have same. One second. So animal and dog is the example. Animal have eat method, and the dog will have same eat method. Okay, eat method, but we are passing the argument, the method signature is same for both the classes, like eat it, we are not passing different, like in the sum we did. This is called overloading. Here some in the inside the sum method we are passing different argument, right? So this is overloading, but over in the overriding, method signature remains same. So here it with the definition also same. Here public void it, same in the dog class, like public void it. But which method the JVM will call, it's depend. They will decide or take the decision during the runtime. Okay, when we create the object. Okay, after creating the object one first is object of dog, and I am executing object dot eat method. So this object is of dog class. Okay, right? So that is why the eat method of this object class will execute. Okay, this happens during the runtime, so that is why it is called as a runtime polymorphism. or late binding polymorphism. These bindings happen during the runtime, so it is called as a late binding. The second object I have created, that is the animal class object, and I am accessing object 2.it. That is why when this hit or the pointer comes to here, or the execution comes to this point at an 14 line number, this will print. Okay, so this is calling method. That is why it is called as an overriding concept. So these are the two overriding concept. We achieve this overriding concept with the help of extend keyword like inheritance. Polymorphism done. Then the next is static local variable, which is simple encapsulation. Whoever joined right now, so encapsulation is nothing but consider your banking application. Okay, consider that banking application. The first screen is your login screen, right? They have two fields: username and password. So your password and your username is a critical one. Okay, you can't share it with other persons. Okay, but that is why these things you should be you are keeping hiding from other world. Okay, means what? Your login class will have only private variables, these two. What? Login username and password. But outside this class they can't access it. This depend on your requirement. If you want those two variable outside, you can access it by using getter and setter. Okay, with the getter, if you want to set anything to those variable, you can set it. So encapsulation is nothing but it is wrapping your data and your methods under a single unit. That is, your capsule is one of the example. That is nothing but your encapsulation. So encapsulation is achieved by using private. Consider the encapsulation. So all these things are declared as in private. Declare your variable as in private, and to access this private variable inside this class, you can directly access this private variable. But outside this class, if you want to access those private variable, you need the getter and setter. Getter and setter you can directly create it. Eclipse do this task for you. Just right click on your code, go to the source, and here getter generate getter and setter. Whole code will generate, Eclipse will generate for you. There is no issues. Then inside the test class, if I want to access this private members, what can I do? I can extend that encapsulation. Extend encapsulation means all these methods will come here. Okay, then I created the object of this test class, means I'm testing from this main class, and with the object I have set age, this is name, and this is roll number. And I'm displaying my what is the name, what is roll number, and what is age. Okay, by this way we can achieve the encapsulation in our program. Okay, so this is the encapsulation thing. So I am setting the name as an ABC. The sequence does not matter. If you are declaring a variable name first, so name should be on the first page, or roll number on the second line. That does not matter. Sequence does not matter. But you are what we can say, it is case sensitive language. So those things are important. Sequence does not matter. So this is about the encapsulation. We have covered encapsulation. So inheritance, encapsulations, and polymorphism. These are the three. The, the next concept is abstraction. So abstraction is fourth concept of OOPS key concept. What is abstraction? So data abstraction is a property by virtue of which only the essential details are displayed to the user. Okay, those are non-essential, which will not they will not display on the screen or anything. Okay, so The data abstractions may also be defined as a process of identify only the required characteristics of the object, ignoring the irrelevant parts. Okay. Then the property and the behavior of the object differentiated it from the other object of similar type. Okay. Then consider the real life accelerator will increase the speed. Okay. When he press the brake, the car will stop. It does not know about what is happening actually increasing, और उसको कुछ पता भी होना चाहिए, वो मैटर नहीं करता. Abstraction. Okay, so in Java, abstraction is achieved by the interface. Okay, so we come with the interface chapters and abstract classes. So what is abstract classes and interfaces? I will cover in the next slides. Uh, so abstractions are 100% abstraction we achieve using this interfaces. So abstract classes and with the help of interface. So rule for abstraction, there are some rule for creating or to achieve the abstractions. So abstraction class is abstract class should be there. To achieve abstraction, the class must be abstract. Till date, we have seen only public classes. So these are the public classes. So public class is not required. Abstract class is required if you want to achieve the abstractions. So abstract method is present when you are saying the abstract class. Inside the abstract class, they have the there should be an abstract method. Okay. So abstract method is a method that is declared without implementation. Simple abstract method is like this. It just have definition, nothing have. It does not have anything like add this body's part. Okay, there is only method signature. No logic is present. That is called as an abstract method. Okay. So abstract class may or may not have all abstract methods. Some of them can be concrete method. Concrete method means our normal method. Means abstract class can have abstract method as well as concrete method. I'm doing x is equal to a plus b. Okay. Okay. So these things are means having a normal concrete method and have a abstract method. So abstract class have both. If you keep one abstract method, it is fine. It is up to you, or your depend on your requirement. What is your requirement? Okay. Then abstract class may or may not have all the abstract methods. Some of them can be concrete method, like the sum methods. A method defined abstract must always be redefined in the subclasses, thus making overriding compulsory, or either make the subclass itself abstract class. Okay, if your parent class is an abstract class, okay, then have a method like we have declare ABC method as an abstract method. Then your subclass compulsory override that method. Means your subclass is something XYZ, that subclass must override your ABC method, which is your abstract method, or make your subclass as also abstract class. Okay. Then so overriding concept is here. Okay, we have already seen the overriding. Any class that contain one or more sub abstract method must also be declared with the abstract keyword. So you can declare a method with the abstract keyword, or you can't. But if more than method one or more methods are present, please declared it with the abstract keyword. Okay. There can be no object of the abstract class, as there is no logic is present in the abstract class. We are not creating any object, okay, of this abstract class. We are just extending that abstract class into our class, or we, if it is the interface, we implement that interface into our class. So there is no need to create the object. That is, an abstract class cannot be directly instantiated with the new operator, means we can't create the object of this abstract class. Like similar, in the morning session we have seen for the static variable we don't need the object, and that can be accessed with the class name dot that static variable name or the method name. The same way, for the abstract there is no way, there is no need to create a object. Okay, then abstract class can have parameterized constructor and default constructor is also present in the. What is parameterized constructor and default constructor? I have already discussed this topic. Okay, so constructor is nothing but the same name, means your class name, it is same name as your class name, but what is difference between constructor and method? Constructor does not return anything, it does not have any return statement, but method have the return statement. Constructor name is same as in your class name. See, whenever you declare there is two type: default constructor and implicit, explicitly you write the constructor, or parameterized constructor it is called. Default constructor means when you don't write anything in your code, and you create the object, that time JVM create the default constructor for you. When it's check this diagram here, I have a one class demo one, and I am not created the constructor. Okay, but when I compile it, then the JVM created the constructor for me. This is default constructor, same name as in class name with the no implementation. So that is default constructor. Then parameterized constructor is nothing but, if I want any object should start from any variable name, means for example roll number should start from the one, I am giving this instruction to my constructor. Whenever you are initializing, initialize it with the one and the name with the a letter. So that time this parameterized constructor come into picture. Explicitly we are giving the value, okay, to that constructor. So that is the two concept, parameterized constructor and parameterized constructor and default constructor. So in the abstraction, also we can have the parameterized constructor or default constructor. Okay, in the abstract class also, abstract class we can't create the object of the abstract class. When we use the abstract class override, we have to make the subclass as a overriding, means those method which is present in the upper class parent class we have to override into the subclass. So those 2 to 3 rules are important. And abstract this abstract class contain concrete method, means the normal method, as well as abstract method. And always remember, abstract method start with an abstract keyword. Whenever you encounter abstract keyword, that is nothing but it is abstract variable or abstract method or abstract class, okay, or abstract block. When to you when to use this abstract class or the abstract method? So when we should use this in our programming. So there are the situation in which we will want to define a super class. That super class means nothing but parent class that declare the structure of given abstraction without providing the complete implementation of given method. That is, sometimes we will want to create a super class, only define the generalization form that will be shared by all the subclasses. So when there is generalization terms come, means parent have only one method, and special, if the child want to do some specializing things, then child will implement those methods into his child class. Okay, so that is nothing but generalizing things. So that time go with this thing. For example, I will explain with the example, the chef example. Okay, so consider class shape example. That is shape. We have circle shape, rectangular shape, etc. Okay. So here the base type is a shape. Each shape have colors. there have the abstract area. This is the method. Means circle have different area formula, rectangle have different area formula. Then we have a get color method and two string method to display. Two string method is one of the method. Then the specifically this circle have different like area. For circle we need radius, for rectangle we need length, height, those things. Okay, so that is why this. So for example, certain shape can be flipped, some behaviors may be different, such as when you want to calculate the area of shape, the type of hierarchy or embodies both of similarities and the differences between the shapes. Okay, so both are extending your abstract class. Means at this level they are generalizing the things, but when it comes to the class circle class, it is specializing those things. When you say area, here just body, it is here inside this shape class only the body is present, nothing, no logic, no code is present here. But inside this circle you will find out the circle formula area with how to calculate the area of circle, that is specialization is there. So this is all about the abstract. Okay, so abstractions is there, we'll see the program of abstraction. And before that we'll cover this. So encapsulation means nothing but the data hiding, information hiding, and while the abstraction is the details hiding. Okay, the both don't get confused between these two. Encapsulation, in the encapsulation we hide the data, when in abstraction we hide the implementations. Okay, so information and implementation. So while encapsulation group together data and method that act as an one unit, or they act upon the data as in single unit. So abstractions deal with exposing the interface, the user, and hiding the details of implementation. Encapsulation is achieved via private, declaring the member function as in private, whereas abstraction achieved with the help of abstract classes, okay, or the interfaces, right? So advantages of encapsulation. What are the advantages of encapsulation? It's like it reduce the complexity. Uh, Reduce the complexity. It is pretty easy to use the things, like if one member declare the chef class as an abstract class, the other member can extend, implement or extend those class. Okay, so it is become simple. When code duplication removes, so reusability is there. Code duplication means if this concept is not there now, then what happen, if I want to calculate the circle area, so I want circle area, my colleague want rectangle area. So that time for me, for my code, I write the whole things like area, calculate the circle area. My colleague will write calculate the rectangle area. So this the same code we are both, me and my colleague are using. Okay, just their specifications are different, but we are using the same method. So because of this we achieve the things, then help to increase the security of the applications. Okay, security is where we achieve the security. Now we'll see the code and then we'll go to the interface, or we'll cover the interface first, because we are using the interfaces, or we can do with the help of abstract class also. We'll do with the abstract class. And this is the example of encapsulation, that is with the help of private method how we can achieve the encapsulation. Now we'll see the abstraction with the help of abstract class. Okay, and how to declare that classes as an abstract class. Let's see the new simple. Okay, new class. Consider my class as in shape. Same example, we'll take the shape class example, and I don't need the main method. Okay, so this is public class. I make it as an abstract. So just abstract. Okay, use the keyword abstract. This class become an abstract class. Okay, now where- so this example. So here it is color, string and area. Okay, those things are present. So we'll implement that only. So I will declare one thing, color. Okay, so color. Now the abstract method, I already discussed. The abstract method means no body. There is no logic inside that abstract method. Only just generalized things are there. Okay, so abstract double or simple, we can take the int area. We can take the double. Okay, so area. Here we are not implementing anything, so we can ignore it directly. We can give the semicolon. Okay, just give the semicolon. So this is the way we can do the we can declare the abstract method. Okay, this is method. Okay, this is the way we can achieve the abstract class. Okay, abstract class declaration. So this is my abstract int. Okay, and abstract double anything you want. Then we'll take toString method which used for the displaying abstract. Okay, abstract string, toString method is there. Okay, toString. Okay, this is my toString method which is also abstract one. So abstract class can have the abstract constructor as we said. So we define the abstract constructor. So constructor is same as same name as in class name. So we'll do. Okay, okay, and will pass the color. Okay, we'll pass the color, the string. Okay, so just for our understanding, what we do, constructor. Okay, constructor call, and then we'll do this dot color will assign to this color. Okay, same name as in class name. I have given S the small. It is a case sensitive language. That is why this error is giving. So capital S class name. Okay. So after this, I have created one abstract class with the abstract keyword, and I have the abstract method, two abstract method, and one will do for the get color. Okay, yeah, we'll take the get color. So public getter setter. So this is color is a string. So string and get color. Okay. So get color. You can use this directly variable whatever. Okay, so the written statement is important. That is why it is giving me error, because this is string type and you must return something from this. So return color. If I'm okay, then this happen, like this is my abstract class done with the abstractions. Okay, now I have to access these all things. So for that I will create one circle class here in the example, like circle class, and I will extend my shape class. Okay, so we'll do that things simple. I have created one abstract class with abstract three abstract method, two abstract method. One is the concrete method is there, getter method, simple one, which is normal method. So abstract class have, now will create a circle circle class. Okay, and the circle will have like their main method, because we will call everything from that method. So we'll create main method. Okay, and we'll check what happened. Now in the circle we are taking the radius. So okay, so radius, and we will create a one, what we can say, constructor. Okay, so constructor passing what we pass, string, will pass the color. Okay, comma, we pass the radius. Okay, we'll pass these things. And we'll call a super constructor. Super constructor means when we use the word super, that time the cursor goes to your parent class. So this is your parent class. It is giving me error because I have not extended anything. So for implementing the those method which are present in the parent class, I need the extend keyword. So extend, I'm extending what, shape. Okay, I'm extending the shape, and I'm calling the super constructor method, and I'm sending the color. Okay, so I send the color to super constructor. Okay, so I'm sending this color to the super constructor. Now I will print out it is present, print ln, it is okay. It is giving me error. Okay, why it is giving me error? Because there are many methods in the shape class. We have still not implemented it. So Eclipse tell us to implement all those things. So when we click here, add implement, those method will added here. Just you have to add the logic. Okay. So I just control Z. Okay, so firstly I have created the constructor. Okay, now after the constructor, I will assign this radius to my radius, no, to this radius variable. So what can I do? This keyword is used. This is for the recent, means at this point I am assigning the variable current, whatever the radius I am giving, I am assigning to this radius. Okay, so after method, you will see at the override concept, at the override. This is the annotations come automatically by the by Eclipse. Means what? I am overriding that method area inside my class. Okay, inside my class. So I can do this. Like I will return directly. I will return what I can return is the area. So how to calculate the area? We have we have function like math dot pi, that is 3 point, okay, 3.14, okay, into, okay, into dot power. We want two things, okay, that is radius, and we will give the 2 as an input. So why this is giving me error? Because it want it all these things one double. So we'll typecast this as a double. When we do this double, we need to we need everything should be in double. So this area we declared in will change it to a double. Okay. Okay. So because this 3.14 pi value is 3.14, so all these are in the decimal. That's why it will return a double of the digit in the double in the decimal point. That is why it's changed to double. Then to string method is just used to display the things. Okay, so we'll display the things from using the what to string do, just return will get from the super means we are using a get color directly. We can access it with the super method. A super keyword, super will give us the super class method. Okay, then area is, okay, area is, okay, we use area function. When you implement abstractions, what do you do? You create abstract class with some abstract method. To access this abstract method or this concrete method, we override those methods inside our class, and we directly use super keyword. With the help of super keyword, concrete method we can access, and area we override that method. Here the generalized things are present. Only area means normal area khali pili method is present, the method definition, but all the logic are present here only. Okay, so we'll check what will be the output when so this is we'll create one more like our rectangle, and then we'll create a test method. Okay, test, and inside the test we'll create we can directly create the test demo, or inside that we have main method. Here shape s1 is equal to new shape s1, sorry, new shape. I'm creating the object. Okay, so new shape. So why it is giving me error? Because this is abstract class, and I have already told you we can't create the object of abstract class, right? So what I have to create, I have to create the object of circle class. Okay, So I'm creating the object of circle class, that is the public with this my test demo, and chef s1 is equal to new circle, but it is giving me error because this is parameterized constructor. And if you see, I declared one constructor here, means explicitly I declared, and it is parameterized constructor. So this is expecting two values from me: add arguments string and int. String is nothing but my first color, and second is radius, so it is expecting from me. So I will give the red as in color or anything you want, and radius as in 2.2. Okay, so okay, again it is giving me error. Okay, sorry, it is double because I am taking the double. String is correct, and here double. Okay, so as a value coming as in double, so I will declare those things as in double. Okay, now it is not giving me error, that is this is red and 2.2 as in color. After that I will see output system dot out, that is s1 dot toString method, directly called toString method because I have already written the output here in the toString method. Okay, inside this super get color, color will get as in red, and out whatever the area is calculated by this method. Okay, yeah, we'll run. See what happened first time when we executed the code, the constructor call. Where is constructor call? So the first call goes to the main method. Means this first constructor is called. We have taken the shape as an is called call goes to the new keyword hit with a new circle. The whole flow comes here after from the shape class, it comes to the circle class. Inside the circle class constructor, so the first circle constructor called, and then it calculate the area. So area is, this is the area, and the color is red, so I am sending the color as a red. If I change it to yellow, or I change the value to 0, we'll see what will be the output. See, the yellow and this. Similar way, you can achieve it the rectangular, again do the same things like the way we created the circle. Just create a rectangular, extend the shape class, and pass what rectangular need length and width. So do that thing, and inside the area just length into width, that is the formula, I guess, no? So to calculate the area, length into w, do that things, and then in the inside the two strings, just call the super method, that is super got get color. And for the area, just calculate the area, just write down the area method, and inside the test demo, do one thing like you have created the shape s1. Similarly for rectangular, do like s2 is equal to new rectangle, and pass the values which you are assigning to constructor. The here we are seeing the parameterized constructor concept. So super is calling first when you create the circles object, no, but this first keyword as in super. So firstly it called the super constructor. So all these things are printing on the screen, and after that this whole things are this whole calculation we are doing. So this is called an abstraction. So abstraction is achieved with the abstract class. Having the abstract method, it have their own a concrete method also, but we can't create the object of a abstract class. So we achieved it by these things like, because super constructor is there. We do all these things in our subclasses, like whatever the specialization we want to do, we do our logic inside the subclass. And the third class is just to execute. Okay, because it is main method is important. From the main method execution start. That is why this thing, the third demo is there. So I hope the abstraction is clear. How to achieve the abstractions is clear. Encapsulation is achieved with considering a private variable. Create the private. So, and from here also we have we set at the values to our private variable, and we will get the result. Okay, so that is the way. And inside this shape class, means this abstraction is achieved with the help of abstract keyword. So there is one concept is pending as an interface. How we can achieve the 100% of abstraction with the help of interface. We'll see this after a 10 minutes of break. We'll take a 10 minutes of break and we'll see. So interface, we'll see after the break, but I hope these things are clear. Like what is abstractions? These are the important things. Abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. These are the four main key concept of OOPS. What are these things? How in the mostly interviewer will ask the, give me the real life example of this encapsulation, inheritance, those things. So I have already discussed those examples, real life example. And the second question they will be asked, like how you can achieve this encapsulation inheritance in the programming. So simple way inheritance achieved with extending keyword, extend that parent class into the subclass. Second, how you can achieve the encapsulation, just make your variable as in private and access those private variable outside your class with the help of getter and setter. That is public getter and setter method. With the help of that we can achieve encapsulation. Polymorphism is achieved with the help of overloading and overriding concept. Overloading, we know that having the same name, method name should be same but different type of parameter. Okay. Overriding, method overriding or the late binding, or is also called as a runtime polymorphism, is achieved with the help of same name method, but at the runtime with which object you are calling which method is important. So at the runtime the JM decide, I have to call parent wala method or the child wala method. So that is polymorphism, second thing. And the abstractions, we have seen abstractions achieved with the help of abstract class or with the help of interfaces. Okay. So abstract class is nothing but we can't create object of abstract class. There are 3 to 4 points which always remember. We can't create a object of abstract things. We can't create the object of the static. I mean, those are the static. We can't create the object of those things. We can access all the static member with the help of class name. So class name dot whatever you want, means the variable which you have declared as an static. Abstract class, here also we have not created Okay, see the error cannot insert and the type chef. Why? Because it is abstract type. So keep in the mind we can't create the abstract class object. Okay, when you do that error and trial now on Eclipse, you will get to know why this concept like we can't create the things. They are saying theoretically like we can't create the object, but do it on your own self. You will get to know the small concept why they are calling like this. One main method cannot be overridden. This one thing is there. When we overload the main method, what happens? The syntax of main method is same everywhere. Then what happens? Just do and अपना ही कोड खुद ही फाड़ने का और फिर देखने का क्यों फट रहा है। जो भी एरर्स आ रहे हैं ना वो बेस्ट थिंग्स होता है लाइफ में। एरर्स आना चाहिए तभी हम लोग आगे मूव होते हैं। जितने हम लोग एरर्स देखेंगे जब हम सीखते हैं तभी वी कैन तब हम लोग बेस्ट डेवलपर बनेंगे इन लाइफ। सो वॉट एवर मे बी द लैंग्वेज, जावा हो, पाइथन हो, कुछ भी हो, एक थेरोटिकल कंसेप्ट किसी ने दिया है और बोल रहा है ये नहीं हो रहा होता यहाँ पे, ये रूल एप्लीकेबल नहीं है इस केस में, तो जाके ना पर्पसफुली देखने का क्यों नहीं। वो तो बोल रहा है, मैं अज्यूम क्यों करूं, मैं देखूं ना मेरे से क्यों नहीं बोल रहा है कि एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं बनता है। एक 5 मिनट लगते, मैं डायरेक्टली ऐसे देखूं इक्वल टू न्यू, अगर मैं शेप करूं तो वो तो बोल रहा है क्या तू ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं बना सकता है शेप क्लास का, राइट। तो मैं खुद चेक कर लूँ ना कि क्यों नहीं बना सकता है, तो इट विल टेक जस्ट 5 to 10 minutes, बट वो लाइफ लॉन्ग के लिए कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो जाएगा आपका कि क्यों नहीं बोल रहा है। सो थेराटिकल कंसेप्ट जब प्रैक्टिकल के साथ आपके कनेक्ट होते हैं ना तो थिंग्स बिकम मोर क्लियर टू यू। और जो अभी भी कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछता है मीन्स मतलब कॉम्प्लिकेट कभी नहीं चेंज होता है, स्टैटिक फाइनल एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कीवर्ड्स आर देयर। सो जस्ट कभी भी टाइम मिले तो इनका क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है, फाइनल क्या है, स्टैटिक क्या है, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्या है, वो क्यों यूज होते हैं, जो भी एक्सप्लोर चीजें और करना है तो गो एंड चेक ऑन योर ओन सेल्फ। ओके, now we'll take a 5 minutes ka break and we'll continue. Okay, okay, so 3:45. Okay, please rejoin. Thank you. Okay, we'll start with the next concept. Let me share my screen. Okay, so done with the encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. So four key concept we have completed. Then we'll go with the next, that is interface. So interface specify what a class must do and not how. Okay, it is the blueprint of the class. So like a class is about the capabilities like a player. Player may be interface, and any class implement the player must be able to is a interface called a player, and a player inside that interface have a method like a move, and so any class which implement that interface will implement, or it must implement the move method. So it is specific a set of method that class has to be implemented. So if class implement the interface and does not provide the a method signature, not a method body is present there. Same way in the interface, interface is nothing but like your abstract class have the abstract method means only the method signature is present, not a method bodies. Okay, so there is nothing like a method body is present. The whatever the next class you write and you implement that interface in that class, then inside that class you specify those methods or you implement those methods. So if a class implement the interface, okay, and does not provide the method bodies, that is nothing but your abstract class. For all the functions specified in the interface, then the class must be declared as an abstract class. Okay, then a class library example. So interfaces, there are many interfaces, inbuilt interfaces, comparator, comparable. These are the interfaces are present. If the class implement this interface, then they have comparator in the collection. When you see the collection classes or collection topic in the Java, inside that comparator and comparable interface is present. This interface have the sort method, so we can implement if we are implementing any collection and we are implementing that interface in our on that collection class, we can use the sort method from that comparator interface. Okay, so clear. So interface is nothing but like your abstraction only. Abstract class have the interface have the abstract and final method. uh, okay, so it is same one and the same thing like abstract classes like the same. Then the interface specify what the class must do and not. Okay, which is a blueprint. We have seen the syntax is the name, the syntax is interface, then the name, and then declare your constant method, whatever it may be. So interface is a keyword. How we can identify it is the interface, not a class. So whenever you encounter with the interface keyword, that is nothing but your interface. Okay, So interface and the name of interface and then method. So why do we use this interface? Why do we need this interface? So the first, to achieve the 100% of abstraction. With the help of abstract classes, we can't achieve. So to achieve the total abstractions, 100% of abstraction, we use the this interface concept. Okay. So since Java does not support multiple inheritance, I have already told you in the interface topic that we can't do a multiple inheritance because this leads to diamond problems. What is diamond problem? Check on the Google. You will get to know. That is nothing but deadlock type condition. Okay, so multiple inheritance, when we do with the extend keyword in the inheritance, we use extend keyword. So we do this with the multiple inheritance. If we considered and if we implemented it with the with extend keyword, that leads to the problem. So that is why Java does not support the multiple inheritance. But with the help of interface, we can achieve this multiple inheritance. Okay, so with the help of interface, we can achieve the multiple inheritance. How interfaces, like a class with the class name, implements is a keyword for the next is interface name. For example, this comparator interface. So write comparator. You written your own interface, comma separated. Write your your own inbuilt interface. So that is the way you can write out the interfaces. Okay, so syntax is saying like in class, the way we declare the class like a class and class name, similar way we write as an interface and the player. So player is my interface having the it mostly it contains a abstract and final method, but as the JDK version is updating, the other things we can also add in the interface. Okay, but before Java, I guess Java 7, we have only final and abstract method present in the interface. So now there is concrete method, we can declare a default method and also have the static. I guess I will cover this into the next couple of minutes. um, what is interface? Why we need it? Because first is achieve total abstraction. Okay, total abstraction means 100% abstraction is achieved with the help of this. Sorry. So with the help of this interface, we can achieve the 100% of abstractions. Then this is loose coupling. Means any method added into abstracted, it does not need to. It is does not compulsory. It is not compulsory for you guys to implement into the class. So any change in the subclass does not have any effects on the interface, and any changes in the interface does not have any effects on your class. But in case of inheritance, they are tightly coupled. So whenever any change you did in the parent class, this will affect to your child class. So that is why uh, that is one difference between your interface or the implementations and extend keyword. So these are the loosely coupled, and with the help of interface, we can achieve the multiple inheritance. Okay, and the next point is it is to achieve the rule. So interface can be used to implement the abstraction. So the question arises, why we use interface when we have the abstract classes. Okay, so like interface can have the method and variable, but the method declared in the interface are the default methods. Okay, and they have only method signature to declare. Okay, so this. This is the simple way by which we can declare the interface. To declare the interface, we use the interface keyword, and it is used to provide the total abstraction. That means all the method in the interface are declared with the empty body. Okay, they are abstract method, and are the public, and all fields are public, static, and final by default. So these are the fields are public, final by default. A class that implement interface must implement all the method declared in the interface. So to implement interface, we use the keyword implements. So we'll do the program for that interface. So when I go new, there is one, you will see here interface. So click on that interface, and will, so there the name consider as IN1. This is my interface. Finish. So this is my interface. So it is public interface keyword, that is interface, and then IN1. Okay, I will declare as a final. Okay, by default, all these variables are a public static final, public finals. Okay, so 10. Okay, so my a value is 10, and having the abstract method display. So void display. Okay, only method body is there, nothing. So abstract method. This is the abstract method. Okay, and this is my public static and final. Okay, variable. So this is my interface. How to declare create the interface? Simple. Just right click, new, and here is interface. Okay, so click on that interface, the new window will pop up. Write down the name of your interface, and declare the variable. The variables are by default public static final variable, and the abstract method means the method does not have any implementation, just the body. Okay, so what we do, will implement those things. So now I will create a class which considered as a test one class. Okay, we consider as a test one class. Okay, I want a public static void means, so I check that. Okay, then now I want to implement this interface in1. Okay, so what I can do, I use the keyword implement. Keyword implement is used for implementing the interface. Okay, and the name of your, okay. So it is giving me error, add unimplemented method, because there is the one method is there, there is add unimplemented method. When I from the interface, so it is called an annotation. Okay, so overriding display method. Okay, or you can write directly. Okay, inside this display method, if I write system dot out as anything, that as class. Okay, okay. So test class is equal to new test class. Access the display method. Okay, run this program, it multiple inheritance with the help of this interfaces is nothing but just interfaces here. So in real, this is all about the implementing interface. The syntax is pretty simple, like public interface and interface name. The by default variables. First, we implement that interface with the implements word. This is a keyword which is used, and then we implemented in1. That is the name of our interface, and thus object we override those methods which is specified here, and just generalized things are present in the interface. We specified here in a child class, or we can say in our class. So that is all about the interface, how the interface works. I hope you will understand. Okay, so this is my vehicle, and all the abstracts method means void change the gear. This is one abstract method. Okay, then speed up, where my speed, I will consider the speed, and change gear is one thing will keep, then void. I will then take the next name as an okay. So we are implementing interface. So this is my interface, a vehicle interface. Then change here. This is a method. Okay, the one speed up is one method, and the next is apply break. Okay, here in C. Fine. So I save this. This is my interface. Simple. Now I implement this interface into one class, which is a bicycle. Okay, consider the name bicycle. Okay, and here if you see this option interfaces, if you click but you can add your interface from here also. There is no issues. So finished. Okay, I will implement the interface. means vehicle. This error is giving add an implementing method. Okay, if you click on that, all this method will come here. So click just on all this method, these things will come. Okay, so we'll see. So we'll declare bicycle have a speed. So speed and gear. Okay, these two variable will declare. Okay, then next what? To change a gear. Okay, this is the method to change. Okay, for this method, change gear, inside that we have int a will pass, instead of a will assign the new value as a new gear. You can assign a, no issues, but for like readability, looks good. So give the new name, so new gear, and will assign this gear to my variable gear, which I have already declared. Okay, so for the speed up the news speed, so I can do the speed. I want addition of those speed. So speed plus my news speed incremental. Means, okay, so I'm increasing my speed, increase in the speed. Okay, that is nothing but we'll do the one. Okay, or decrease in the speed. So that time speed will get decreases. So speed is equal to speed minus, here it is minus because we are applying doing minus. Okay, oh minusing where here it is minus. Okay, so minusing the speed. Then lastly, okay, this method will print system dot out dot print ln speed with your speed. Okay, the here with here. Okay, so that's it. So we'll check, we'll implement want main method. So finished. Okay, here what I can do, I will create the object of this bicycle. Okay, we'll create the object of bicycle and we'll access this method. So bicycle object is created with the new keyword bicycle object is equal to new bicycle. Right? So I have created the bicycle with a break one. So whatever. So I do with object dot first page 4. Okay, and object dot values, and after that will display the present state. So system okay, system dot out dot println present a bicycle present state. Okay, so we'll write bicycle present state. Okay, and then we'll write object, we'll call the method print state. Okay, this method we'll call. Similarly, we'll create one more class as in bicycle class. We'll implement the same and we'll check. Okay, firstly we'll see the output of this. So see, bicycle present state is my speed is 1, gear is 5. Okay, so speed is 1 and gear speed of with the 3 and if I send the break of 1. So see, my speed is went the interface same as initialize one interface with any names which you want. Write down the common properties and implement those common properties in the subclasses where it is required. So inside the bicycle I am implementing vehicle and I'm calculating all these things and printing. So this print statement is printing what is my speed and what is my gear. After that, in the main class I have created the object of the base class or the subclass where we are implementing the interface, and I'm printing it by directly calling that print state or method. So object dot print state method is I call. So this is all about the interface with why we do the interface. Nothing but set of abstraction we achieve the help of interface. Interface they are loosely coupled, so you don't have to be worried about this. But interface is a highly coupled. Okay, then new features are added in the JDK9, like onward JDK9. Inside the interface, the static method should be will be available. Private methods will be available. So these things, okay. The interface. Um, so this is the interface example. I will copy paste this here only. So you just check the code how it looks. So this is the interface, and I'm implementing this interface is implementing. So I hope it is clear to you. I hope आप सबने इंटरफेस का सिंटैक्स देख लिया होगा. ओके, सो सिंपल इंटरफेस है. इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे करते हैं? दिस इज डन. Core Java concept, I covered all the core Java concept. So I don't think so anything is pending from the core Java point of view. Exceptional handling. and garbage collection, and how the Java communicate with the backend JDBC connection. I will explain these all things on next Saturday. That time we'll do some insert from the Java side with this, with the coding, and I will check how the things happen on the back side, like the data will insert into the table or not, how I can get the data from the tables. So select simple queries and database connection will see, JDBC, all these things will see on the next Saturday. So, and exception handling, exceptional and garbage collections. So these things which is advanced topic will cover on the next section. Till this date, if you have any issues regarding the core concept, please let me know. We'll solve those issues. So basically, this is the course like overview features, how to set up the environment, data types. We declared there is type of data, primitive and non-primitive data types, identifiers, that is your constant, literals. These are the identifier. 32 keywords are there, which is 32 keywords are present in the Java as an identifiers. Then the variables, typecasting, that is two type of typecasting are there, implicit and explicit. User, how to take the input from the user, we have seen with the help of scanner class. We take the input with the help of scanner class. We take the inputs. See what reads. So this is the scanner class which is present in the Java util scanner. So this is the we import this class. This is native library, and we created the object of scanner class, and just for the integer there is a method next in. For the string, there is a method next line. So using this we took the input. After that, here only I implemented if and else. How to do the if, means if age is equal to 0, if it is true, the condition is true, then you will get the output as an error. If your age is greater than or equal to 18, this condition become true. That time you will see the output as an, you will have the vote right. Similarly, if both condition fails, you will get the output as you don't have a voter rights. What is switch is nothing but like, if you know for this input, this will be the output. On a first month is Jan, second is Feb, third is March. So you know that this is fixed. So you can write as case one, and whatever the DR you are passing from the taking the input from the user or anything, you are initialize or you are doing hard coded thing. So day whatever, if day is 2 pass, then you will get the output as a today is Tuesday. We have seen, if I remove this break statement, what happens, that will we already did those things. What is the meaning of break? What is default if anything, uh, uh, if day is equal to 7, but the seventh case is not there, means case 7, the matching is not there, that time default case will execute, and you will get the error message, or you will get the message like please try another day. So that is the switch case meant, switch keyword it's used. Then we see loops, means for loops. There is for loops as well as do while loop and while loop. Mostly we always go within for loop. First is initialization is there, and then the next is initialization, and the next is final condition is there, and third is, okay. So of this for loop contain, the first is initialization. I is equal to start my loop from the 0, but till what time you have to run that code till the 20, means I become till I become 20. execute that code. And then I plus plus means I is increasing by one, so it is increasing. So that is the for loop. Do while loops, just at a one time only you want to execute that code, then go within do while loop. So for at least one time your loop will execute, so that is the do while loop. So loops are there, condition statement are there, ternary condition. I have seen the ternary condition, which is same as in your if else, but instead of writing multiple lines of code, you can write it in the one line. So this is the max. If you want to find out the max number from this 5 and 2, so a ternary condition is like this. The first is checking the condition, so n is less than n2. If yes, this condition is true, then it you will get the output as an n1. If it is false, then you will get the output as an n2. So that is a ternary condition. So operators, operator, that is plus operator, minus operator. When you do a plus b, that is the operator. Assignment operator, this is called assignment operator. 30 is assigning to the a value. Then logic, some are the logical operator, that is a not equal to anding, oring. A is not equal to b, it's checking that a, the value is 30 and b value is 30, both are equal, so this condition fails. So what will be the output? The output will be a and b is not equal. Okay, so that is the case. So we seen we covered those things like condition statement, arrays, how to declare arrays. To there is two ways to declare the array. That is int ar is equal to new int 5 array directly created space on a heap. Similarly, string is also created the space on a heap only. So array contains the homogeneous type of element. Okay, so array 5 array, or you can directly write the array 1 2 3 4 5. So that is array. I have implement array for you. This is we did. I have added at 0 position, I have added 1, at 1 position 22. How to find the length? So in build function is there length. When you create, when you write array is array dot length, you will find you will get the length of array. Then how to execute, or how to run that loop, or print all this array value in the loop with the help of loop is like I start from 0 means it will print first value till what, till the fourth value means till the length, okay, less than the length. That is why I written the ending condition as I should be less than array dot length, and then I plus plus, and I'm printing. So for printing, just print arr, that is my array object, or we can say array initialization variable. So array, and inside that I will write I. So for whenever the I is 0, it will give me 1. When I become 1, it will give me 22. I, for a 2, it will give me 22. For a 3, 33, and 4 is 34. So this is the array. Then string, again strings class are immutable in nature. Thus value does not change. I already discussed. Um, okay, so strings have many inbuilt functions like length, like a array having the length. But the difference is here length with brackets. That is the method. Here length is the single, only the normal length. Okay, only the keyword. Then class and object, you are now you are familiar with this method is nothing but the return type and the method name, and whatever you pass, that is parameter. Constructor is a special type of method which is which have the same name like your class, but it does not have any return type. So difference between method and constructor is same, like it both are same, but constructor don't have a return type, method have the return type. Okay, so that is the constructor. And two types of constructor: default constructor, parameterized constructor. So two type of constructors are there in the Java. Okay, these are the public, private, protected. These are the access modified. Depend upon these things, your variable, your method can access within the package or not, outside the package, within a subclass or not. So that is decided, depend on this. Okay. In the last session we discussed about the private encapsulation thing. So during that encapsulation, we make all these variables as in private, and they cannot be accessed without outside the sub with the same class we can't access. Here with the same package, non subclass, we can't access it. No. So we can't access it. For the accessing those private, we created the public getter and setter. So the key concepts I have completed, like inheritance is there, which is a parent child relationship is a kind of relationship is there. With this, inheritance is achieved with the example of extend keyword purpose of this reusability. Okay, then overriding, it promote polymorphism by allow the method overriding is a kind of relationship is that. Disadvantages is like it is tightly coupled. That's why whenever you change in the parent, definitely the child class will affect. So this is, there is three types of inheritance: multiple, single, hierarchical inheritance. Then overloading, overriding, these are the concept come under the polymorphism. Polymorphism means having a many forms. Okay, so ability to message or to display in more than one form. So compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism is there. Method overloading, that is nothing but the compile time, or it is called early binding also. Runtime, it is method overriding or late binding also. So overloading concept is like each method, it is present in a both child and parents, having a different parameter passing. So that is based on the type of parameter you pass, based on the values, like two parameter you are passing or three parameter are passing. Depend on that, we do the overloading. Overriding means having the same method signature, same method name, everything should be same. But during the runtime, the JVM will decide which method to call. Means JVM have to call animal method or the dog method, depend on your object creation. So that is thing. Then encapsulation means wrapping data under the single unit. Okay, so that is encapsulation. Encapsulation is achieved using a private, your key member, and getter setter are public. Okay, so again, reusability codes happen. Encapsulation, data hiding concept is there. Then the abstraction is nothing but your implementation hiding. Okay, encapsulation, your data hiding. Abstraction and implementation hiding. What happens inside, that is the third party or the person is not bother about that. Okay, so, a rule for abstraction, how to achieve the abstraction with the help of abstract class, we already discussed, and with the help of overriding those methods. So, abstract class have abstract method as well as abstract concrete method. Concrete means the normal method we write. So, those things, and we have to override those things in the normal class, yeah, our normal class. So we've seen the example with the chef creating abstract class as a chef class, and circle created the circle as in concrete class, and we we calculate the circle area with the help of this uh, abstractions. Okay, we'll show you. So encapsulation and abstraction, the main difference is encapsulation is data hiding, means information hiding, but abstraction is nothing but hiding implementation detail. Okay, so interfaces, we've seen the interfaces is nothing but like your abstract classes is type, both are same. The difference is like abstract classes will have the concrete method also. Interface don't have that concrete method, so 2 to 3 differences are there. Then abstract class extend, okay, it's extend. Interface implements. These are the, when you write interface, you have to implement those interfaces, and when you write a class as an abstract class, you extend that class, okay. So, and how to identify this is a abstract class or not? If it is written over there as an abstract with the class name, and it is written as an interface with the interface name, that is the syntax, with interface and interface name, okay. So after that, why we do need the interface is abstract class is there. Then why we need the interface? Because with the help of this interface, we achieve 100% of abstraction. So that is why interface we use. And also, with the help of that abstract class, or with the help of those classes inheritance, we can't create multiple inheritance, okay. That is the drawback of the Java. That is why the interface come into picture. And with the help of interface, we can implement multiple inheritance. That means we can implement multiple interface in our classes, okay, with comma separation. So I have created. So this is my interface IN1, where I have the final static members and the display function, and I have implemented those things in my class. Okay, so this is the interface thing. This is all about the interface. Real life example I have shown, like vehicle which have change, gear, speed up and brake. These are the property, and I can implement this interface in my bicycle class, as well as I will create a one class that is say bike class, and inside the bike class, bike have the same things, like bike has the speed, gear. Similarly, I can create a car class, and I can implement those things here. Those vehicle I can implement a vehicle interface in on that class also, and I can implement all those method, or I can override all those method and write my code uh, inside the car class also, inside the bike class also, okay. So these are the things we have covered uh, in the Java. We'll see many things on the next Saturday, like the most important concept like JDBC connections, then exception handling, garbage collection. Some of the collections we'll see. There is not only arrays present, collection class. Inside the collection class there is hash map. What is hash map? We'll see overview of that. Those things like hash map, hash table, set, list. What is the meaning of list, set, map? So map is nothing but key value pair. Set is nothing but your the normal value, but duplicate is allowed in the set or not. We'll check on a Saturday. Then list have the duplicates or not, which we use for the faster processing. Okay, so those things will covered on the Saturday, on the next Saturday. Now we'll do one or two small programs. Okay, so the first program will do, which might be asked when you go for the interview at the fresher level also. So the first is will display what will find out, or to three programs are there, like finding prime number, Fibonacci series, then palindrome. These are the favorite questions they will might ask. Then how to calculate the simple interest factorial. They will give you one number and write down a code for finding out the factorial. They will ask you. So odd and even number, find out the odd and even number. So we'll go with the odd and even number. We'll check that the input, the number which is given is odd or even. Okay, so we'll write a program for even, odd. Okay, so this is my, I have created one even and odd. Okay, and now what I can do, I will declare one variable and int num equal to consider as in 10. So we'll check 10 is my even number or not. As we know 10 is even number, so we'll check my code will work properly and it will give me proper output as a 10 is even. Okay, or it is not giving me proper input. Okay, so what we can think, the logic is most important. Okay, so how can I identify my 10 is an even or not? So there are many ways you can achieve this like odd and even wala concept. So it depends on or it vary person to person logic. So I go with, I will check the mod operation. Like if the remainder is 2, the remainder is 0, if I divided it by 2, if it is equal to 0 means it is an even number, then I will print it is the even number, which is simple logic. Like I write as a num and I do the percent, that means it will give me the remainder. Okay, if it reminder is given me as a 2, if it is remaining, if it is divided by 2 and my remainder is 0 at that time, this is a even number. I will print system dot out dot print ln, that is this is even number, and I can print, also I can print the number, that is okay. If this condition fails, then अपना जो भी प्रोग्राम है वो प्रॉपर एंड होना चाहिए. लाइक अगर यहाँ ये इतना भी लिखा तो भी चलेगा, बट अगर फेल हुआ, ये यहाँ पे नहीं गया, तो आउटपुट कुछ नहीं आएगा. तो नेक्स्ट पर्सन विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग. सो जब भी प्रोग्राम लिखते तो वर्स्ट के सिनारियो ब्रेन में रख के हमें प्रोग्राम करना पड़ता है. और जो भी इनपुट आएगा उसके अलावा अगर कोई भी अदर इनपुट आएगा तो मेरा प्रोग्राम कैसे बिहेव करेगा, द माई वो भी प्रॉपर वे होना चाहिए. एवरी ईच एंड एवरी कंडीशन हमें प्रोग्राम में लिखना चाहिए. दैट इज, नहीं तो क्या होता है, विल डिलीवर दिस टाइप ऑफ प्रोग्राम टू टेस्टर एंड व्हेन दे डू द टेस्टिंग दैट टाइम दे फाइंड आउट द बग्स. Okay, and they will raise a bug that this will work for your 10, but I have entered the 11, that what is nothing, it will giving me nothing, the blank screen. So there should be a proper output on the screen, so they will raise a bug for that. So that is why taking care of all the conditions we have to do the coding. So this is odd number. Okay, okay, when I run it. Okay, so here when it comes to 10 mod of 2, it is giving me 0. That is why this portion executed and I got the output. This is a even number. Okay, now what we can do, we can take the input from the user. Okay, so scanner, my scanner class. Okay, sc is equal to new scanner. This is my scanner class which take the input from the user. Okay, I import it, just control and shift, just import, you will see. Okay, okay, here this class need one input, that is system.in input is needed. Then I will take here, I am not hard coded the number 10. Now what I can do, num is equal to, I'll take from user. Okay, so what can I do from sc dot next int. Okay, with sc dot next int I am taking the num from the user. Here I will give the print statement, system dot out dot print ln, just enter enter the number. Okay, now we'll check how my code will work. Okay, I will run, enter the number. If I entered 11, see, this is the odd number. Okay, the simple one. If I execute again, if I entered the one, it will give me this as in one. But one is odd or not, just check. If it is one is come under nothing, then write a one condition for one. Okay, write one more if else statement. Okay, or write if condition above here, if n is equal to 1, then it is not even, not odd, whatever it may be, then else if this condition, and then lastly this condition. Okay, so this is all about 9, check 9, this is all. So this is a simple program. This might be asked when you go for the interview. So this is the odd and even. The normal, only one thing you have to keep in the mind, that is the logic. That is, just keep num mod 2 is 0 0. If the remainder is 0, then it will be the even number. Fine. So this is the simple program. Then one more program will do, simple interest, how to calculate the simple interest. Okay, so class, will create a new class, simple interest. Okay, I want main method. Okay, so simple interest formula is PNR divided by 100. We know that, we have learned during our college days, in the 11th or 12th, I guess. So P into N into R, okay, divide by 100. Okay, this is the formula. So same, I can take the input from the user or I can do the hard code, but always go with the user point of view coding. Okay, don't hard code the things. Okay, firstly, if you want to learn, that time do the hard coding. But once you get the idea how to do the hard coding and all things, then go with the user point of view, means user tech, giving the input, and what, how your program works for different input. When you do the hard coding now, that time only for a one or two inputs your program will work. Okay, so always go with the user point of view, do the programming in that way only. So here again I will go with the hard coded first. In p principal amount, if I am taking principal amount as a 1. Okay, and basically when you are doing some calculations in the big amount, so go within float double decimal. For right now it is fine, because we are doing at our level, which is not a big calculation. That is why I written int. So p and p principal amount is 1. Then n means your rate is considered as a 1, and your n is number of the year considered the first 1 year we are calculating. So integer result or the interest is equal to p into n into r. Okay, this is my multiplication, and then after that I want 100 divide with 100, and then I will print system dot out dot println. Okay, simple interest. Okay, simple interest is, and then print your result. So just execute it. We'll check what will be the output. See the 0. Why 0? If I given this as a float, then it will give me the proper result, because we are dividing it within 0. So see 0.0.1. So it is giving me proper error. Okay. 100 is my principal. Rate is my 8. If I consider 8 for a 1 year, what will be the interest? So 8.0 will be my interest. So by this way, you can implement multiple programs. I will suggest you like Fibonacci, go with the Fibonacci series, factorial, palindrome, Armstrong, something is there. So do the simple programs. This will help you in the interview section, or remember the logic behind these programs, or firstly try with yourself. If you are finding any difficulty, go with the Google, check the what people's logic is, what the people are doing there. So different people have different logic, means they might be I have implemented like this, might be they have different way of implementation. So everyone implement differently. So there is nothing issue, there is not an hard and fast rule. Your logic like this only A is to B. No, you can implement with any logic. Fine. So we'll make this program as an user point of view program. So I implement scanner is equal to new scanner, and then system dot in. Okay, this is my scanner class. Okay, control shift my import, then float. Okay, float. Then float first p consider, I will consider p as an sc dot next float. Fine, this is the method. Okay, so I will comment these things. Firstly I write entered principal amount, enter principal amount. Okay, enter the amount. Then after that we'll check. So this will take the principal amount. Then after that we'll or consider as an amount. Then the rate, enter rate, enter amount. So for the amount we have taken, then for the rate we have float, float r is equal to sc dot next float. Okay, so this will take the rate. Similarly for a year, enter number of years. Okay, years we are with the help of n. Same, next flow. Now we'll check the output. Okay, so we'll enter similar 100, 8 and n. So first enter the amount. I will enter 100. Then it asking me for the rate. I will enter 8, and then years 1. So it is giving me simple interest as 1.8.0. So by this way, you implement 2 to 3 programs on yourself. You will get the idea how this coding works. For better understanding, use the debug, and by line check how the debugging tool works, and how it is assigning the variable value. If we are giving 100, so as how this value is assigned to variable p, how to assign this variable r. So doing the debug things, you will understand the program very easily. And I guess इंटरेस्ट भी आ जाएगा फिर लैंग्वेज पढ़ने में, कौन सा भी प्रोग्राम करने में वो कॉम्प्लिकेट नहीं लगेगा चीजें. सो सिंपल सिंपल थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रोग्राम ले लो, डिवाइड करो. फर्स्ट पार्ट में पूरा एक बड़ा प्रोग्राम लोगे तो इतने सारे लाइंस ऑफ कोड देख के कभी कभी वी फील कि क्या है, क्या कर रहा है ये कोड, नहीं करना है, बोर हो जाता है. सो डिवाइड दैट कोड एंड एग्जीक्यूट सिंपल सिंपल. फर्स्टली ट्राई करो हार्ड कोड करके कि मेरा प्रोग्राम प्रॉपर आउटपुट दे रहा है या नहीं. एंड देन अब एक बार समझ में आया कि हार्ड कोडेड प्रोग्राम कैसे वर्क होता है, देन गो विथ द प्रॉपर फ्लो कि अगर मेरा यूजर इनपुट दे रहा है तो कैसे मेरा आउटपुट आएगा. सो ये 2-3 स्टेप्स अगर फॉलो करोगे, कौन से भी लैंग्वेज, जावा हो, पाइथन हो, कौन सा भी आपको जो पसंद है वैसे फॉलो करोगे, डीबग फॉलो करोगे, तो आई डोंट थिंक सो एनी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज इज डिफिकल्ट फॉर एनीवन. बस सिर्फ बेसिक कंसेप्ट क्लियर होने चाहिए. और अगर कंसेप्ट भी क्लियर होते हैं तो अगर कंसेप्ट में कुछ बोला जाता है, अगर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं बनता है तो खुद में थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए कि अंदर जाके क्यों नहीं बनता है. तो एक बार खुद का कोड फाड़ के भी देखना चाहिए. लाइक जाके एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट पर्पसफुली क्रिएट करने का, वो जब इक्लिप्स चिल्लाएगा कि तू नहीं कर सकता, क्रिएट क्यों कर रहा है, तब अपने समझ में आ जाएगा. तो जितना प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतना अच्छा होगा. ज्यादा भी प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया तो भी कंसेप्ट वाइज प्रैक्टिस किया तो भी बहुत चीजें समझ में आ जाएंगे. सो आई डोंट थिंक सो फिर एनी लैंग्वेज विल बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू गाइस. Okay, now we'll stop here. This is the end of second day. We'll meet on the next Saturday, the same time 10. Okay, till that do coding and enjoy the coding. Okay, bye. Thank you. Thanks a lot.